I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. An Ulster County man was killed this morning in a collision involving a car and a cement mixer along Route 209 in the town of Ulster. According to state police investigators, a car driven by 20-year-old Joshua Nacarado of Hurley was heading north on 209 when his vehicle veered into the oncoming southbound lane, slamming head-on into the cement truck about a mile south of Route 28. Nacarado, the lone occupant of the car, was pronounced dead at the scene. 57-year-old Alan Wagor of Lake Katrine, the driver of the Cranesville Cement Block Company mixer, was not hurt. The 6:20 a.m. accident blocked traffic in that section of 209 for hours. Police in the city of Newburgh are investigating this incident as a suicide. A city resident was hit by a train and killed last evening at the intersection at Washington Street and River Road. Witnesses told police the young man, identified as 19-year-old Gerardo Moreno, was pacing near the train tracks while talking on a cell phone. He then ended the conversation, walked onto the tracks, stopped and waited for the CSX freight train to hit him. Today, not a good day for many college students across the country. Today, the interest rates on many student loans doubled, which will cause students to pay an average of $1,000 more over the life of their loan. The issue brought Hudson Valley Congressman Sean Patrick Maloney to the SUNY Orange Newburgh campus earlier today. He's a co-sponsor of the Student Loan Relief Act that would extend the original loan rate for 2 more years.
And right now, today, the rate just doubled from 3.4 to 6.8%. I think it's outrageous that we would ask kids to pay 6.8% in a world where interest rates are at historic lows. And the reason some in Congress want to do this is to balance the budget on the backs of struggling college students. And I just think that's wrong. But when you're a working or middle class family that's just a little bit too well off to qualify for grants and not well enough off to afford these crazy tuition costs, this is life or death.
According to Maloney, a New York student who borrows to pay for college now graduates with an average of more than $27,000 in student loan debt. A gloomy outlook for students like Ian Seccarelli of Warwick, who attends George Washington University.
But what Congress has just done is shot in the foot every student trying to walk down the path towards the middle class and the American dream. By raising student loan interest rates, my Stafford loans now have just shot up, and I'm now going to have to pay back a lot more money to the federal government. Banks can take out money from our government for a lower interest rate. Now that's absurd to me.
Maloney is also co-sponsor of the Truth in Tuition Act, a piece of legislation that would require schools to provide incoming students with non-binding estimates of their education costs. In Sullivan County, a Narrowsburg man has been charged with grand larceny and offering a false instrument for filing after he allegedly received $8,900 worth of welfare benefits he was not legally entitled to. 64-year-old Francis Owens was taken into custody following a joint investigation involving state police and Sullivan County's fraud investigation team. Deputies in the Ulster County Sheriff's Office say when a customer at a convenience store left her credit card there, a store employee decided to use it herself a couple of times, and a subsequent investigation has led to the arrest of Elizabeth Navarra. The 21-year-old Kerhonkson woman now faces felony charges of grand larceny and criminal possession of stolen property, along with falsifying business records. They all had a role in the rescue of an unconscious woman from a fire scene last month. And last night, 3 Middletown firefighters and a city police detective received awards for their life-saving efforts. Assistant Chief Nick Barber and firefighter Michael Guattari rescued the woman from the building at number 14 William Street back on June 11th. And fireman Joseph Andre and Detective Jason Jennings provided medical care until the ambulance arrived. It's another honor for former Congressman Maurice Hinchey. The Kingston City Council last night voted to rename the Kingston Waterfront Walkway the Maurice Hinchey Promenade as a way to pay tribute to his efforts in getting federal funding for Kingston's waterfront revitalization. Mayor Shane Gallo spearheaded the move to honor Hinchey, saying he was able to obtain close to $1 billion in funding during his tenure to help Kingston's waterfront area. And a man with an apparent yen for baked goods has been charged with petty larceny following a theft from the Quick Mart in Accord. Ulster County Sheriff's deputies say 27-year-old Hunter Falk of Curhungson waited for baked goods to be delivered, then made off with 8 dozen bagels, 2 dozen sub-rolls, and 3 dozen assorted Danish from the store's delivery location. Get ready for a hot and humid 4th of July. The forecast for the 4th includes temperatures in the middle 80s, and it'll be partly sunny and humid. And we can't rule out the chance of an isolated thunderstorm in a few spots. Friday will be mostly sunny and hot with the highs in the upper 80s. Well, get the news and information you need to begin your day in the Times-Herald Record, and stay on top of breaking news right here at Record Online. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.